I know there's a lot of videos out there telling you about scams, things that are common all over the world. But today I'm going to tell you about some scams that I have seen over the course of my lifetime. Some of the most innovative, some of the most creative scams. And I'm showing you this to keep you safe when you come visit our country, the United States. So come on with me. We're going on a little field trip today. Let's go. Let's say you just arrived to the airport. You've got your luggage, you come out here on the curb. And there's a man standing there who says, "Taxi, do you need a taxi? Do you need transportation?" And you say, "Yes, I do." And he takes you over here to what is not a taxi, but it is a limousine service. Now, there's technically nothing wrong with going with the limousine service, but you need to be careful how you do it, because here's how the scam works. You get in the vehicle. He drives you to, let's say, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel downtown. He knows you're spending some money. So if you took a taxi, let's say it's 10 miles, it might be 35 bucks. He takes you down there and he tells you it's 150 bucks. Well, that's gouging. That's ridiculous. But at this point, there's really not much you can do. You accepted his service. It's your fault that you did not ask in advance. So how I do this? I prefer to go with the limousines. A lot of the taxis in the United States are terrible. Some cities have great taxis. It all depends on where you're visiting. What I do is the guy says, "Hey, do you need a taxi? Do you need a ride?" Well, yes, I do. You need to ask them up front, what is the cost? Does it include taxes? Does it include your gratuity? Because in the United States, you need to tip. Anyone in the service industry expects a tip. So just ask them, "Hey, I'm going downtown to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. How much is this going to cost?" He says, "Well, I charge $72. You can come back and say, "Hey, buddy, can you do it for 45? "Sure, I can. Get in." Well, you just got a lot nicer service for about the same price as a taxi. Be careful, because next time you could be a victim. Possibly one of my favorite scams of all times is the Taximeter Scam. So you get into a cab. It looks like this. He has a meter. You think nothing of it. So he turns on the meter. It's a normal rate. It seems normal. Everything's fine. But what happens is he switches his rate. Now it started at $5 and it's going to charge you $5 a mile. So your 10-mile ride is now going to be about 60 bucks because they're going to get you sitting in traffic too. And how are they able to do this? Well, they just switch the rate. You see over there the little one? Now he's on rate 2. Now he's on rate 3. Now he's on rate 4. This thing will add up really fast. And it pretty much gets people every time. Because after all, he did run the meter. When you get there to your destination, what are you going to do? Refuse to pay him? Your luggage is in the trunk. There's not much that you can do at this point except pay the driver and know that you got scammed. This next scam is probably one of the most ingenious ones I've ever seen. The first time I saw this happen, it absolutely blew my mind. So this is how it works. Most of the time you're going to find this at a Greyhound bus station, maybe an Amtrak, any transit, or maybe in front of a hotel, anything within an urban city where it's very easy to disappear. I've seen it at an airport, but it's very hard for people to get away from the airport because they're often in isolated locations. So what happens is you come off your Greyhound bus, or maybe you're sitting around waiting on a transfer. Regardless, you're outside, you're smoking a cigarette, you got your luggage there, you're protecting it, and you're playing on your iPhone. People have $600, $700 phones now, whatever expensive phone you have. Without an expensive phone, you might not be a target for the first one. But for the second way this works, they don't care. They'll take anything. These people are professionals. They do this every night. So you're out there and a lady or a man, I'll play that role, they come up and they make friends with you. "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, great." They'll set down their luggage right next to you. They seem legit. They have luggage. So they'll ask you, "Hey, my phone's dead. Is there any way I can use your phone to call for my ride? I don't think they know how to get here. They're coming from 100 miles away. It's my boyfriend, my husband, whatever. So you being the good person that you are, you offer to let them use your phone. So they call, hey, how you doing? Oh, nice to hear your voice. Well, yeah, my phone was dead. Oh, I'm down here at the Greyhound between 22nd Street and East 9th Street. Oh, okay, well, I don't know the address here. Well, do you know the address? Do you know the address? I don't. I think it's on the side of the building. You, not thinking anything of it, they go walking around the side of the building to look for the address or whatever it is, the excuse that they came up with. So you're sitting there, you don't think anything because the lady's or man's luggage is sitting right next to you. So after about 15, 20 seconds, you start to get a feeling in your stomach, like, hey, where did these people go? Like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Well, she has to come back. Her luggage is right there. She's not coming back. So after about 2-3 minutes, you decide to look through her luggage, see what she has. She's not coming back. You go open up her luggage. What's in there? Trash. Nothing. You got a big nothing. Her $10 Walmart bag, she just traded that for your $700 iPhone. The second way this one works, they use the exact same line. Hey, can I use your phone? I got a call for my ride. She might have her luggage. She might not even have luggage. What they do is you hand her the phone. She might just take off running. Well, what are you going to do? You have all your luggage right there. You go chasing this lady down. As soon as you run off, her accomplice comes running right in and takes your luggage. Boom, they're gone. So now you're sitting there with no phone, no luggage, nothing. Just whatever's in your pocket and the clothes on your back. And it happens that fast. So next time you come to America, be careful. Be careful of this scam. Don't be naive. Another common scam happens with car accidents. A lot of times when you get to the airport, you go to the rental car, you're being watched. Or you're driving down the road, rental cars are going to have out-of-state license plates, and there's going to be a barcode in the corner. So thieves know how to spot this. And what happens is they'll sit, let's say, across the street from the rental car. They see you come pulling out. Great, in a rental car. It's a busy night, Sunday night, Monday, all day at the airport. They see maybe you might be Asian. Maybe you just look like you don't belong here. Or they've watched you inside the terminal. Well, what happens is they're going to wait for you to come pulling out. They're going to follow you. They're going to hope you get into an area that's not so, the traffic's not so heavy. A lot of times these rental car areas are in the middle of nowhere, so it might happen pulling just right out of the rental car. What they're going to do is they're going to get behind you and they're going to smash into your car. Sometimes, often pretty hard. Obviously, you are going to get out and go look at the damage. You're going to need, all their information. Well, it doesn't work that way. As soon as you get out of the car with all your luggage in the car, there's a gun to your head. And what happens? There's nothing you can do, man. You give them the car, they don't really want the car. That's not what they want. They're going to drive off with the car. The other guy's going to drive off. They might not even have license plates on their car, or they might be hidden. He'll drive the other way. The guy in the rental car is going to drive it 5-10 blocks from there and steal all your stuff. In the robbery, they took all your money. They know you're coming into an airport. You just walked into a rental car. It has a no gun sign. In America, many people are armed. So it doesn't work this well with just a normal car. So they're looking for tourists. And tourists also they carry a lot of money. They're here for a while. Credit cards, whatever. They want anything they can get. So watch out for that rental car scam. How do you combat it? Well, just keep driving. Call the police. Try to get their license plate number, but don't stop and get out of the car. That's what they tell you to do. Don't do it. Call 911, especially if you just came into a city and someone rear-ended you. That's just not right. Things like that, the chances of that happening are slim and none. So call the police, just keep driving. Try to keep them behind you. If you get into a high traffic situation, maybe you can slide in behind them and start following them. But be careful, because if you're behind them, they can block your freedom of movement. See what I mean? But be careful. This scam has made, it's an old school scam, but in the last couple months, I just hear about it. It's on the news every day. They're doing it everywhere. They're following women home from late night shifts at the hospitals because they know they're all alone, and they know they're leaving a hospital and they've got their uniform on. They're probably a doctor or a nurse, and they have money. So be careful about this one. Another common scam involving cars and your rental car is the fake valet scam. And this happens a lot in suburban shopping areas, in upper class areas where you wouldn't think that there'd be thieves out there, but they are. So what happens is, you were shopping all day at the mall. They might be watching you because thieves have all day to do this. This is what they do for a living. You were shopping, whatnot, and then let's say you're going to go to a restaurant over there. Well, they kind of follow you. And then they're standing out in front of the restaurant, or their buddy is, with a jacket on that says valet. So you come pulling up and they're, well, how much is the valet? Well, it's free. First thing you need to be suspicious of, nothing in America is free. There's very few places that still offer free valet service. I can't think of any of them. So what happens is, you get out of the car, you go into the restaurant, you think everything's fine. Well, you come back out, well, where's the valet guy? You go back in and ask them, and they say, well, we don't have a valet. Well, what just happened? They stole all that stuff that you spent all your money on while you were shopping in there. Plus, they got all your valuables, and there's nothing you can do. You don't have a ride home. Now you have to call a taxi. The police aren't going to find your car for probably a week or so. They'll find it 2 miles away. The rental car company isn't going to be happy with you. They made a lot of problems. My solution for this problem, just park your car yourself. I know in some downtown areas you'd have to use the valet, but they will be clearly marked. The street signs will have valet zones. They will also have valet jackets on, but there'll be more than just one of them. And if you don't trust them, walk into the restaurant and ask them, is that your valet? So let's say you want to go to a sporting event, baseball, football, basketball, very popular in America. So the guys are outside selling tickets. In many cities, it's legal for them to sell tickets. Most people are very legitimate about this, but I hear people getting ripped off just for even petty amounts, like a $12 ticket, and it's not real. So how do you combat this? What you need to do is, I buy tickets off of scalpers all the time, but I buy them close to the door. And if it's an expensive ticket, like a $50, $60 ticket, I tell them, yeah, I'll buy it for you. I'll buy it right at that gate. You come up to the gate with me, and I will pay you through the gate. Sometimes they might not like it. Okay, great. So I'll pay you here in front of everyone, and you stand right here. And you watch them as you're going through. If the ticket's good, say thank you. That's one thing you could always do, because sometimes you buy them 5 blocks away from the event, and what are you going to do? The guy's not going to be there when you come back. And this still happens. It happens more often than you'd like to think. And it just kind of ruins your night, ruins your day. So watch that one, the fake ticket scam. I hope I didn't frighten you guys away from visiting America. It's a beautiful country, a great place to visit. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. Just use this, arm yourself. Make sure you have knowledge. Knowledge is the key. Once you have knowledge about things that can happen, you'll be able to prevent this. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments below. Hit like, and I'll see you guys next time.